I think another good question is, does your content serve the purpose of a yearbook? Um, does the content serve the purpose of the yearbook? You know, I think the yearbooks sort of capture memories and people. Um, and these are ours from a few years back, and I always throw them out because they're sidebars. And the sidebar is about throwing and catching a pass. And I'm like, dude, they're like, so how do you catch a pass in football? Well, I don't know. Let's go to the yearbook. I was like, no, they don't say the yearbook to go find that information. That's silliness. Or my favorite is golf. I need to learn more about golf. Where should I go? My yearbook. Genius. No, they're not going to go to the yearbook for golf terms. So give them something that's real and that fits, you know, the year, the people. You know, that's what you want in that. Another thing is, does the spread really do justice to the group? I like this question because I think that we forget. You just get in there and they're designing and they're going. And I'm like, look, you're designing um, a spread, and this spread about football or wrestling. These are kids who have worked their butts off for the year, for like nights. They all this passion. They love the sport. They love the practices. They put their heart and soul into it. Does your 5 photos, 1 story, and 5 captions and sidebar capture that? And I ask that question to kids on a regular basis because I think it's a really good question to ask to make them think, you know what, maybe we need to put a little more into it. Because maybe they have a friend in those groups or maybe they have friends in those organizations and they realize that it doesn't, you know, or that like they shot nothing but practice of that sport and they really need to get some game photos in. So I think it just pushes them to do more. And it goes to that, does the story, is it tell the same story, you know? And so when you look at that, like this is our early one here. And so invariably you see lots of practice images. Well, it was early. I don't think the season had even started at this point, to their credit. But, you know, I've gotten into years when we've deep in the season and this is what it looks like. And so I'm like, dude, these kids are passionate about it. They go spend hours out on the course. You know, they're into it. And so you've got to do justice. So you get that designer. See, there's that designer kind of playing with that design. So putting that effort into it, and you see that, and there's what she ends up with. But look, you've got much more variety. You've got friends meeting up, you know, over at somebody's house later on. You've got, you know, you've got this whole idea of, you know, coming out of the bunker. You've got them measuring the course and looking for distance of the whole. And so it's just a nice variety of photos. It's not all the same photos of a kid just putting the ball or driving. Same thing here. We have a lot, so you got a lot of vault pictures, a lot of, you know, things here. So there weren't much variety. Although in early design, we really liked that. Again, a couple more vault pictures that looked all similar. I think this is where we ended up. Um, Use that. That became a much better design as far as the sidebar is concerned. And then, yeah, sort of a much better mix of kids on lots of different events. So you see that in these, you know, I mean, just the cheerleaders, we could get them all at a football game, but you get them having fun on the side, going through stunts, some of the other activities they go through. So you just sort of see lots of variety. Love this school from Burgess, where look at this. They went through what it was like in, you know, in their construction time. And when you look at it, look at those pictures. You got the girl having lunch on the steps. This is what construction, love that overall photo, you know? I mean, this girl, these kids are just packed in there. And this, we were trying to figure out how do you social distance in this? Um, so it really does kind of make a difference. But this is just a wonderful, you know, so asking that question, you know, do you have all the same story told? But this one does a great job of having variety. Look at how crowded that classroom, look at how crowded that lunchroom is, you know, in that construction at Burgess. I mean, McKinney does this great job of like just this wonderful photo here, but this is their homecoming. And so you got this great image here of the little boy. Um, fans. I mean, just a really nice mix. And I think this is also a McKinney, if I'm not mistaken. But look, just from a dance, I love these moments. Love that. Look at this overall scene that becomes this killer setting for this good spread on dance. And the behind the scenes, the photo booths and things there. I mean, so dances are hard. A lot of kids want to get nothing but just pictures of kids on the dance floor, and yet this made a difference.